cool.
Didn't get it?
Oh, it's a guy, too.
Dean. I think so.
Don't get run over, little baby bear. Oh. Lay down. He's pooping, okay? No,
He's not being, he's just eating.
Eating. He's not. Look at the way he's sitting. Could be a her. I want to go catch a bear.
What time is it, Dad?
I want to catch a bear.
12:05.
Americans open their doors to anybody, and now no less an influential American than the chairman of our Federal Communications Commission is willing to consider a first to us is not all bad. Level deck competition is a highly effective motivator. That outsiders have also bought up enormous amounts of American real estate.
I saw it shake around.
Whoever
has the window open. Shut it.
From their professional kitchens, B-U-N-N, the biomatic home food industrialist is back and forth to Japan twice a year.
Like
he knows that government
When you get ready to What? Okay, just a minute.
Hey, Dallas.
Where's my shoes?
Dallas.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Dad, can I just go as far as... Okay.
It's around, guess what? Hopefully I can go to the Philippines on my mission because my roommate's Filipino. He's teaching me some of the language. Kamusta ka ba? Mabuti.
Sing the national anthem like you did before.
Hey, you know the national anthem? Bayang magiging, perdas na sila namin, alam ng puso, sa dudumoy buhay. Then skip a few parts. Sa dagat at pundok, sa simuy at sa langit mo'y bughaw. That's all I know. So have fun and hopefully I'll see you there if I go.
What are you doing now, Jerry?
I was going to school at Berezay, but work so I can go out on a mission.
And when you go on a mission?
Hopefully October.
October. That's when you're eligible, right? To be called, huh?
I can take off to the MTC.
Oh yeah.
Play hacky sack too.
Oh, you just got
it's SIPA in the Philippines. They like to play SIPA, so they use this metal washer, you know.
Jay, hold out your hands. I want to see.
They put a thong on their foot backwards. Play kind of like this, kick with the SIPA. But my friend used this thing for hacky sack, and he kicked it 207 times before it fell down on the ground.
That's a Filipino game, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, it's pretty neat.
Want to say anything to Matt?
Matt, you good?
Don't drink the water, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Thinking about going to find and Pat.
Oh, he's here. I told him you were here too. He was swimming with his wife.
I told them something about, I knew, Pogie and stuff like that. And they said, well, Pogie's kind of changed over the years. It means dog now.
What did it used to mean?
It used to mean handsome. So
Oh, darn.
I said, I'm Pogie. And they started laughing. That's kind of changed over the years. I don't know whether they're serious or not, because they're living in Calgary. So. And I went to a Filipino concert in Calgary. Cool Ledesma was singing. She sings in English, French, Spanish, and Tagalog. And like Spanish and Tagalog is pretty close, or Spanish and Filipino. It's kind of close because Kamusta ka and Kama esta, how are you?
I've heard her say that, yeah.
It's pretty close.
Dad, can I go see this?
Dean's going. Go ahead and go ahead.
I still don't know much.
Where's the money?
Much of the words yet.
I don't have any money.
Where's the money I had?
I don't know.
Where you get them fancy shoes? Look at them fancy.
Well, that's neat that you learn that, though. Even if you don't go there,
Yeah.
you'll use that.
So I can talk to him.
Yeah.
Hanggang mami, see you later.
She always signs her letter, Mikhail
Sige?
Kita or something like that.
Miguel Kita?
Be there. You be there.
About
What do you want, buddy?
Mahal Kita.
Mahal Kita.
There you go.
I love you.
I love you. That's right.
Mahal Kita.
What was be there?
Were those bears worth going to see?
She says we've got a kind of a theme in our family.
Well, then, Dad,
Be there.
Yeah.
And so she signed, that talking about Celestial Kingdom. She signs hers in the Filipino, it means you be there, and I don't remember what it was now.
Ikaw, something like that. I don't know. But
Jenny would probably remember.
That means I like you. Mahal kita is I love you. Then there's Bibiro kita. It's a formal I love you, I think.
So there's several I love yous, huh? Several kinds of I love yous.
And probably different dialects too.
Yeah.
And
Now what was that? What was that one beautiful girl?
Mahal kita?
No.
No, wait.
So how was Cal's father, Lloyd?
Oh no, I forget. Babae.
My ad.
Babae's girl. And it's Maganda Babae. They're probably saying Maganda American.
Yeah, she said something beautiful American girl. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Maganda American Babae.
Kathy, I took your tablecloth. They needed more up there. And so,
Well, that's coming up pretty quick. You'll be there,
Yes.
isn't it?
and I can.
You'll be called. It's coming up pretty quick.
I have to put my papers in. I can do it. I can do it as soon as I'm back.
There's a thing hanging right there to hang.
Hopefully
Back.
back to Calgary.
Put your papers in. Okay. And
That's Dad.
It was before.
what do they say? It takes about 3 months, something like that.
Or a month or two.
Maybe 2 months is what
I
I.
wanted
Yeah.
to plan it so that I could go right between terms at school.
Oh yeah.
But if I can leave a little bit earlier, now that I'm not going to school right now.
Yeah. Well, it seems to me they put their papers in October and left in January.
Well, yeah. 3
That's
months before you leave, but a month before you get your call or something like that. or 2
Oh.
months.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I got a friend going to Las Vegas, Nevada right now, or he'll be leaving next month. And he's with John. John never showed up.
Oh.
They're somewhere in Kalispell or Hungry Horse or
A
something.
little
I
before
see.
that if we can. They said if
Hey, guess
anybody-
what?
everybody there, they'll
John's
do
the
it.
same height as me now, and lost 50 pounds, so he's the same weight as me, and he looks skinnier than me too.
Now John is
So the main thing is to go up and act angry.
My twin brother.
your twin brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He used to
okay.
be short and chubby.
Yeah.
But I think
Now
they got
he's
I'll be
skinnier than
darned.
me. Same weight as me, same height as me.
Is he gonna be here?
Hopefully, he didn't show up, or he didn't come with the rest of us, and his friends decided to come down with the Hungry Horse. They're gonna go to water slides or something.
Is he gonna go on a mission too? Plan on going on a mission?
Yeah,
Is he? You gonna leave about the same time?
hopefully, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, good deal.
How are you doing?
And Matt, this is going to both of
It's
them.
going to both of them, and Matt.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi, we should get our kids in there too, but
What's happening in your family? You?
nothing really.
No jobs.
We're both unemployed. The government's paying us to hang out.
Oh, you're not working?
No,
What? You're in between jobs or?
no, just we're laid off for spring break, but we just haven't went back to work. So,
Oh, I see.
besides that, we're not doing nothing except vacation and
Well,
having fun at the lake.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's about all I
Now
can
they're
think of.
here.
Well, we'll see you later. Take care.
See ya.
Right over here, what are you gonna take over there? What are you gonna get for over here at $35? Now 40 away, now 50. If 50, now 55, 50, now 50, now 50. If you give me $100, so we're over $80 bill. Those that are involved in the Berezay Reunion program, we'd like you to come up from the lake or wherever you're at, and we'd like to get started. We got people imported here from California and all over.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, Dad. Did you start that? Take it off for a minute.
Go ahead.
Appreciate That's all right. Stand behind you. My baby. Where's Bruce?
I knew you'd be glad I'd come. I heard somebody say, Mother, I don't claim nobody out there. You know it. I want you to know I haven't been here for so many years, and I just thought Grandpa Berezay's gone, Grandma's gone, and so I'll come back and just tell you a little bit about our family. You know that Dean? Well, he's the worst one of the whole bunch. He lies about, he tells people he's from Macomb County, and you guys know that's not true. He's from Whiskey Gap. And last Saturday, I thought he'd been born and raised in Taylorville. He never said a thing about Whiskey Gap. But I want you to know, he lies about lots of things. And he said to me the other day, honey, I think you ought to go and improve yourself. Get ready for the reunion. Took me to the beauty parlor. About 2 hours later, he come back, and I wasn't ready yet. They hadn't even finished the estimate yet. And they gave me one of them there mud packs. And oh, he was so thrilled. I looked so good, and then the mud began to crack. And here he is, just stuck with me this way. But you know, we got a large family. And that Jenny and Dallas, old Dallas come home the other night, and he knew as soon as he saw that Jenny Lynn there, something wrong. So he told her, he said, don't tell me anything bad. She said, well, you know our 9 kids? Yeah. She said, well, she said 8 of them didn't break their arm today. And then that Dan and Michelle, we got a new pup at our house. Dan says, well, I should give me that for my boys. So we did. Went on a little holiday and come back. They still haven't picked up the dog. But while they had him there, they decided they better name him. So Michelle, she's listening to all that, and she said, listen, she said, you better call that dog Mother, because she said, if it stays, I go. And you know Dina's husband, Lloyd, he rides a motorcycle of all things. And the other day, I was on the street right by the drugstore, and here he comes just a-flying out of there. And he had his legs all spread wide, you know. Right down on the cement he went, and I rushed over there and I said, Lloyd, are you all right? And she said, oh yeah, I'm all right, but you wait till I catch the guy that moved my bike. And I laughed today. I could tell that Terry Lundis had a bad time the last couple of days. He's not feeling all that good. He went to put on a shirt and there's no button, and he was really complaining. I mean, he was just downright grumbling. Lorna says, what would you men do if there was no women to put buttons on your shirt? And he said, have you ever thought of the fact, he said, if there was no women, we wouldn't need buttons on our shirts. And let me see. Oh, I heard Kelly discussing the credit card business, you know, and he has got his wife a credit card. It self-destructs at $50. Oh yeah, and that Robert is here from Hawaii, and I heard him telling the boys too. He said, you know, he said, whenever we had one of those matrimonial crises, you know, those ones that come when he forgets your birthday, the wedding anniversary, whatever. He said, oh, I just meet all in little crises with candy and flowers. And then let me see. Oh yeah, Frank Berezay. I thought this was pretty good because it's certainly true. I overheard him telling that you can tell a guy is middle-aged when he remembers that when radios plugged in and toothbrushes didn't. And everybody knows Nicole's driving record. Now, I mean, I discussed this with this girl, and she told me this little story. She said, somebody saw her dad and he had a number across his chest, and they thought, what in the world is that number? So I explained to them that Nicole is learning to drive, and so he got out like a gentleman, opened the garage doors. He now has his car license across his chest. Oh yes, and we all know that Dan and Janice, they have quite a little family. And I think I told this years ago on Mel and Nora, but it's still true today. We saw them in Waterton, and he had given Janice the afternoon off. She's not feeling too great. And he said, I'll take care of the kids. And when we saw him in front of those big garbage bins like this, you know. There's a sign up there that says, deposit your litter here. He said, don't think I ain't tempted. And we heard that later on tonight, there's going to be a dance. And I want you to know there's a lot of people that don't really like to dance. But let me tell you, it's lots of fun to intermission. And somebody told me there's an old Chinese proverb that says, when things kind of get out of hand, for the man who tells the truth, grab your horse and get out of here. And I think maybe I better do that.
More! And y'all think I'm the comedian from down in Macomb, Mississippi. But this is the lady that I've lived with for 43 years. That's where I learned all this from, you see. Well, anyway, we want to welcome you out. Can you hear me okay? Not too loud? They call me the quiet one where I live, so I have to kind of adjust the mic so that it's right, see? But anyway, about quite a few years ago, 1916, a little Frenchman and a little English Danishman got together, only she was a little bigger, Mom and Dad Berezay. And they stole away to Browning in a Model T with Joe Peters, got on the train, and went over here to Kalispell, Montana, and were married. And because of that little union, that's what you see here now. Like the old fella down in the Bitterroot Valley told me one time, he says, you know, in the good book, Bean, he says it says you're supposed to leave your father and mother and take yourself a wife and cleave unto her and become one and multiply and replenish the earth. Well, he says, when you have kids, you're just multiplying. But when them grandkids start coming, that's when you're replenishing the earth. Okay, the first on the program this evening, also, while they're getting ready to come up here, Olive Crooks Godfrey has furnished the licorice to this family reunion for I don't know how many years. And so, my sister Marie has the box, and they'll pass it through the crowd to all of you. And we also have a card here. And we want every family to sign that card for my wife to give to Olive when she goes to work. And so, Glenn, where are you at? Who you got first? Now, don't all of you guys get up here at once. Oh boy. Here we come. How many mics do you need?
No, just one big one. Just one big one.
It looks like Act 1 is a bedroom scene. Why don't you get up on the dashboard there?
We will. We're just prepared.
Dad, can I take pictures of this?
Oh, we can see behind the face.
Oh, that poor thing! It looks terrible. What is it, Jim?
Well, Martha, it could be a rhinoceros. No. Why, it was a giant spider. I tried to stop it. It was right in front of me. I couldn't miss him. What are we gonna do?
Oh, Dad, look at the car.
What are we gonna do with that big dent right there? Look how large it is. What are we gonna do?
Well, looky here. You have a big dent in your car. You killed a big spider. Let me tell you what you can do. Come on over to Silly Bob's Debate and Auto Body.
You killed it, you eat it. While you wait for your car to be repaired, enjoy a nice, different way of cooked spider. All you have to do is drive down this here road until you come to the fork in the road, turn right until the red truck with the hood up, turn left, and it's right there. Billy Bob's Cafe and Auto Body. So why don't you mosey on down?
At Billy Bob's we give 2 minutes to fresh off the grill. My assistants here, come on assistants, come on. They have some recipes for you. Fresh off the grill, roadkill, country gourmet style, only at Billy Bob's.
Don't try to disguise yourself. I see you here. Roadkill
Hey, fellas, you want to make $10,000 send us in America's Funniest Home Videos? It's sure to win.
You want it too.
Oh, talk to me, thanks guys.
You guys are last.
The Burns group is getting together. I want to tell you that since I backed into show business, I've been making above average meals. And I go down there to Hollywood quite often and meet with them record executives. And so when I was living in Macomb, Mississippi, this record executive said, "I'd sure like to go hunting quail, Dean." I said, "The birds," he said. I said, "What kind of birds?" He says, "Quail." I said, "Well, they got the best kind of quail hunting out in Macomb, Mississippi." So he met me at the airport, come in on one of them big jets, had on his hunting clothes. He looked like little Lloyd Fauntleroy. And so we drove out to Uncle Bercy's Ledbetter's farm. I said, just wait here, sir. I'll go in and see if Uncle Bercy, if it's all right if we hunt on his land. So I go in there and Uncle Bercy said, oh, bless you, Dean. I'm sure glad to have you here. I said, well, me and that Hollywood executive, we'd like to do a little bird hunting. Well, he said, there's about 8 coveys between here and the road. You go ahead and hunt all of them you want. And I just got to the door, and he says, Dean, he says, I hate to ask you this, but old Dell the mule, I got 30 good crops out of her, and she's going to die. And the veterinary was out here yesterday, and he said he wanted to put her to sleep, but I couldn't stand to do it. But would you shoot her for me, Dean? I said, well, Uncle Bercy, I don't like to shoot her, but if she's suffering and she's going to die, I'll do it for you. Well, he said, you go ahead and shoot old Della, and he said, go on hunting them birds. He said, we'll take care of Della later on tonight. So I goes out, and I thought, I'm going to have some fun with this Hollywood dude. So I put my fist down on the dash, and I said, that old rascal, after all the things I've done for him, he says we can't hunt on his land. And I started that car up. I scratched out of there, throwed rocks up against the side of his house, went down the road about 300 yards, and there was old Della grazing. I jumped out, grabbed my shotgun, boom, boom, down old Della went, graveyard dead. I looked around to see what that Hollywood dude's up, and I heard boom, 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 3 shots. So I say, hey, fella, what are you doing? He says, that old fella insulted you and made you so upset, I shot 3 of his cows. Burns family next. Oh, yes, I got a blonde joke, but we don't tell them here. Jackal people, you know.
People, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You guys all know that Rick over here has been trying to work his way through college. In fact, he's the only one in our group that's actually made it through college. And he wanted to get about 3 more credits, and he didn't really want to spend a whole lot of time at it, so what he got a hold of this one guy, and he said, say, I only need 3 more credits. Is there anything that I could take that would be real quick and fast and easy? And the guy said, listen, he said, there's one professor down there that is so easy to work with. You know, you like country music, and if you bring him a country music tape and kind of talk to him about some of the country music artists, he said, that guy will give you an A in his class in nothing flat. And Rick says, well, what's the class about? He says, I'm not really sure, but I think it's about birds. And so Rick went down there, and he got down to the class, and the only problem was that the guy he was supposed to be taking the class from got sick, so he had to leave. So they sent this Harvard graduate to take his place. When Rick got to the class, this Harvard graduate, of course, was there, and he was trying to make a good show of himself. And so he started in talking about all these birds, and Rick is really lost because he don't know nothing about them birds. He knows things about birds and bees, but he don't know nothing about birds. Anyway, this guy says to him, he said, we're going to take a test right off the bat. So he handed out these pictures of all these bird legs, just the legs of birds. And he said, I want you to identify every single one of these species. And Rick said, hey, I don't think I really like this class. And the guy said, well, that's all right. He said, I'll just give you an F. And Rick said, well, how can you do that? And he said, well, that's just the way I am. If you don't like my class, I'll just give you an F. By the way, what's your name? Rick just goes like this. So you tell me.
Have they got the makeup on yet? Better and better looking, smarter. It's kind of like the fellow said, every father, there's no boy that's good enough for their daughter. I don't care whether it's the first one, the last one, or whatever. They just ain't good enough for them. But after they're married, they have the smartest, cutest, everything kid that there is. Isn't that funny?
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Just a love drives a man insane. You broke my wheel, but what a thrill. And this race is great balls of fire. All I want is money. You came along and woo, money. I feel fine.
it. Wrong. Which one? Oh, I just started at the wrong place. That's because you had the sound down. That's not the way to do it. I'm the technical whiz in our band, can you tell?
For a long time, and they got a band here tonight. They're going to dance up a storm here after a while. Isn't it funny, quite unique, that the name of their band is Roadkill? Let's have a hand for Roadkill that we're going to hear a little later on.
We even have a battle cry, Jack. You want to do it for them?
It's actually a scout. You know, you have your little den cries, your pack cries, and your scout cries. They go. Boom, boom, boom.
When I lived down in Macomb, Mississippi, me and old Marcel Ledbetter, we decided we'd go hunting coons and sell the hides, and because we wanted to go to one of them Tarzan movies. Well, when the price had dropped and all we got was a dime. That's what the check was for a dime. So we decided that we'd go possum hunting. Just hunt possum for folks to eat. And so we was up by Anderson Station one night, and here comes the big freight train. And old Marcel wraps his handkerchief around his lantern and runs over there. I said, Marcel, what you doing? Here he is, flagging the train. Marcel! He flags the train. This 100-car banana train comes to a stop. And the engineer and the fireman stepped off, and he says, sir, what kind of an emergency do you have here? Just wanted to know if you all wanted to buy a possum. Why, you idiot, you fool, you mean you stopped a 100-car banana train to find out if we just wanted to buy a possum? Yes, sir. Well, he says, being that we're stopped, and I do like possum, how much do you want for him? I don't know, we haven't caught him yet. Next act. Voyage group.
Okay, I'm Jack. Not really. I got asked to be the lamp post. So if you guys wonder what I am, I'm a lamp post, okay? And this is my light bulb up here. And where's Jack? He's probably gonna say I'm dumber in the post now. That's all right. I can handle it. Okay. Huh?
I didn't know you were that bright.
I'm not. All right, erase this. All right, here we go.
What you looking for? I'm looking for my dollar. I'll help you look for it.
What are you doing?
Trying to find my dollar.
Oh, you lost your dollar? Well, gee, I'll help you. We should be able to find it somewhere.
What are you guys doing?
Trying to find my dollar.
What? You dropped it?
Yeah.
Oh. What are you looking for?
She lost her dollar. We're trying to help her find it.
Well, where'd you lose it?
Over there.
Why are we looking here?
She's pretty sharp, isn't she? Yeah, let them glasses and that hot food. There's quite a few people here that haven't heard a couple of the poems that I done at other reunions, and so I'm going to try and see if I can remember at least one, maybe two of them. And I haven't done it for quite a while, so you just have to, if I forget where they're at and quit right in the middle, just laugh and we'll pretend it was a good one. The first one is about reincarnation, and I don't know if there's anybody here that believe in reincarnation, or if they do or they don't, it don't matter, because this is a pretty good. Do you do, Leonard? Well, this will fit you good. Okay. It starts out by, there's these two cowboys visiting with each other one day, and it starts out, this first cowboy says, what is reincarnation? Cowboy asked his friend. Well, it begins when your life comes to an end. They wash your neck and comb your hair and clean your fingernails. And then they put you in a padded box away from life's travails. Then the box in you goes in the hole that's been dug in the ground. Reincarnation begins, my friend, when they plant you beneath that mound. Then clods melt down just like the box, and you who are inside. And this is just the beginning of your transformation ride. Then one day, upon that grave, then one day the grass will grow up on that rendered mound, until one day upon that grave, a lonely flower is found. And say a horse should pass by and graze upon that flower that once was you, but now has become your vegetative bower. The flower that horse done ate, along with its other feed, makes fat and bone and muscle essential to that steed. But there's a part that he cannot use, and so it passes through, and there lies upon the ground that thing that once was you. So say by chance I should pass by and see this object lying on the ground, and I'll stop and ponder and wonder and think about this thing that I've found, and I'll think of reincarnation and life and death and such, and I'll come away concluding, why shucks, you ain't changed that much. Every year I get up here, somebody tries to steal my show. He promised me he left him home this year. Hey, I got another one about a pig, and I'm a little rusty on this one, but it's kind of a cute poem, so I'm hoping I can get through it. It's been a while since I'd seen him, so I stopped at his abode, and I was plenty hot and thirsty from them desert miles I rode. He poured my cup full to the brim, and we sat there in the shade of a wobbly old parson's branch and sipped some lemonade. He poured my cup again full to the brim, and we talked about our friends and the war we'd fought, and friends we'd lost, and the price the cattle was bringing, and the dung that the politicians were slinging. When this pig, minus one hind leg, hauls by just as nice as you please, with the use of a tailor-made peg. I said to my friend, "Oh, Pard, I never knew you had a heart so big. Take the time to whittle out a stump for a legless pig. Well, that ain't no common critter, Pard, and I'm here to say, if it weren't for that pig, I wouldn't be here today." See, I was sleeping real good one night when I was awoke from my slumbers by this hideous squeal. That pig was causing an awful fright. So I reached for my gun to silence that noise, and I realized I just about fumed. The house was afire, and I dived through the door. Moments later, the whole place was consumed. So it was that darn pig zoinking and squealing that got me out of bed. If it weren't for that pig, I'd be standing here dead. Well, I can see. Let's see. I knew I was going to get this part in the floor. Well, I can see after listening to my friend's testimony, this pig's smarter than the Lone Ranger's pony. So I asked him, is that how he lost that hind leg? And he says, hold on there, pard. You ain't heard the whole story. He saved me again down on my own lower 40. See, I was out dragging the meadow with my old Pop and John, and I tried to cross this here ditch, but my angle was wrong. The tractor tipped over and pinned me to the ground right there in the ditch. I thought I'd drown. But that pig started rooting the ground beneath me. That loosened my feet, and that set me free. Well, after listening to my friend's testimony, I reckon this pig's smarter than the Lone Ranger's pony. And I asked him, is that how he lost that hind leg, hind choir, or was it when he saved you from that terrible fire? And he looked at me as if I was some kind of dunce, and he says, man, you don't eat a good pig like that all at once.
Thank you, Donnie. Any more from Lloyd's group? Well, Director, what's next? Okay, while Malvin's group is coming up, is there any Danishmen or Swedes or Norwegians or anything here? Well, anyway, I used to have a cousin. His name was Jordi Jorgensen, and he used to sing this song. But now he's up above, right or wrong. But anyway, this is the way it goes. Lena's wedding. Me and my little woman, we was as happy as we could be. We finally married our daughter off when she was 33. She was married in our home and things went quietly, till someone spiked the punch at Lena's wedding. They was the cutest couple that our friends had ever seen. Lena weighed 180, but the groom weighed 116. He looked pale when they got hitched, but later he turned green, 'cause someone spiked the punch at Lena's wedding. The whole darn bunch was hooping it up. The wedding turned into a brawl, for nobody knew that the fruit juice punch, she was spiked with pure alcohol. Mrs. Olson, the head of the ladies' aid, she was loaded and sure having fun. Let's dance, she yelled at the preacher, and she hiccupped like a son of a gun. And old Peter Longerhurst, the undertaker, who don't smile at you till you're dead, he suddenly jumped up on the table with our best lampshade on his head. And then through the crowd in her wedding dress, and blubbering and ready for fight, come Lena screaming, oh, Papa, my invalid is out like a light. And sure enough, on the Davenport, with his hair full of rice and confetti, was old Ingvald the bridegroom, all stressed out, as limp and as ripe as spaghetti. I felt his hand, it was cold and moist, but his forehead was colder and moister. He opened one eye, which looked to me just like a big blue oyster. Then Lena, she folded her muscular arms, and everyone there heard her yell, the car is out front, and our wedding night we'll spend in some quiet motel. She took hold of her husband right by the neck, and for the seat of his pants hung slack. And Lena, she left on her honeymoon, with her man riding piggyback. Oh, the next day it was Sunday, and the preacher had to wait, 'cause some of the wedding guests arrived in church a little late. The preacher knew the reason for that full collection played, 'cause someone spiked the punch at Lena's wedding, but we all had the fun. If we're done with Lloyd.
Shirley wanted to sing.
Who did? Come on. Come up here and sing a song that'll make you cry.
There's no other Shirley.
You're the only Shirley.
Where is Shirley? Is she hiding? Come right up here by me.
Go away.
There's money in it. They're paying here tonight. Okay. Melvin? A lot of talent in that Melvin's outfit, I know that.
They can sing high.
Or they can sing low. Okay. Who's up on the mat here? Well, anyway, while they're coming, you'll get old someday too, folks, and you kind of forget some of these words. But anyway, when I lived down in Macomb, Mississippi, there was a fella there that was a rancher, and him and his manager was on the back porch discussing how they had to get some new bloodlines into their cattle. And there was 3 bulls out in the lot. And this first bull says, as he heard him talking, he said, I don't care what kind of a highfalutin bull they get here. I ain't about to share with it. There's only 50 cows here, and half of them are mine. The second bull says, well, I've only been here about 1.5 years, and he said, I'm not about to cooperate with him or anything, and this young bull's only been there about 6 months. He said, there's only about 5 of them cows that like me at all. He said, I'm not about to cooperate with him. So about 2 days later, big diesel comes down. Pulls up to the chute, drops down the end gate. One of the biggest, ugly Brahma bulls steps down onto that ramp. Why, he didn't have to look through the fence to see the cows grazing. He plumb flat-footed looked over the top. And this first bull said, oh, I don't know about that. And he come down in the ground. Started throwing the dirt up on his back. And this first bull said, boy, he said, I've been thinking it over. He says, I think I'll share with him. Second bull says, yeah. He says, I think I done changed my mind too. The young bull, he tore out into the middle of the lot. He started throwing dirt up. And the bull says, hey man, what you doing out there? That thing will kill you. Well, he says, I just want him to know for sure that he knows that I'm a bull. Suppose they're going to sing, Mike, I'm in the jailhouse now.
Oh, come on, I just got you up there. Just wait a while, okay? Whoa!
I was walking down the street, minding my own affairs. 2 policemen grabbed me unaware. He says, your name Henry? And I says, why, show. He says, you're the boy I've been looking for. Let those bright lights shine. 10 post souls like me in that line. I knew I was a victim of someone's evil plan. The stool pigeon walked in and said, that's your man, I'm afraid. decrease. Says, where were you on the night of July 19th, 1953? Man, I was home just
Any more from Malvin's group?
Hello. Can I help you?
Yeah, me and my friend here. Me and my friend here, we're from the old country. We've come to find a job.
Well, that's a good place for it. This is the employment office. What kind of experience have you had in the past?
Well, I was a diesel fitter for 35 years.
A diesel fitter. Oh boy, we've got all kinds of openings for people in that line of work, and I don't think we'll have any problem at all finding a job. What about your friend here?
Well, he don't speak English, but he sews lace on ladies' underwear.
Sews lace on ladies' underwear. Well, I'm sorry. We just don't have any openings for people in that profession.
How could that be? We worked together for 35 years.
Now wait a minute. You worked together for 35 years, and you're a diesel fitter, and he sews lace on women's underwear? Well, how could that be?
Well, he sews the lace on the ladies' underwear, and I hold him up and I say, diesel fitter.
Connie and Maxine, all the way from across the country at Spokane and area, will now take the mic. This is one of your next MCs.
Okay. First of all, for Connie and I sing our song, today is my daughter's birthday, Heather. She's 14 today, so I'd like, if it's okay, if we could all sing happy birthday to her. Please. I know this is going to embarrass her to death, but she's so excited to turn 14. I don't know if all of you know, but we have 6 kids and I have 5 boys, and Heather's my only girl. So she's very special to me. Anyway, for you. I love you. If we could sing happy birthday, that'd be really neat. All right,
He was playing the horn, you know?
That was really a surprise. She wasn't expecting me to do that. I couldn't help. Thank you. That was really great. I haven't been able to come to family reunion myself for about 5 or 6 years. And I tell you, I really have missed it. There's nothing greater in the world than to be able to be with your family. That's neat. Part-time. This is a song that Connie and I sang a long, long time ago, and I'm sure Jack and Don will remember it. We sang it at their wedding. So it's been a few years ago.
That was a long time.
But it's called The Sweetheart Tree. And we just kind of practiced this. It's been a long time since we sang it, so bear with us, okay? They say there's a tree in the forest, a tree that will give you a sign. Come along with me to the sweetheart tree. Come and carve your name next to mine. They say if you kiss the right sweetheart, the one you've been waiting for, big blossoms of white will burst into sight, and your love will be true evermore. They say there's a tree in the forest, a tree that will give a sign. Come along with me to the sweetheart tree. Come and carve your name next to mine. They say if you kiss the right sweetheart, the one you've been waiting for, big blossoms of white will burst into sight, and your love will be true. Yes, your love will love you
Thank you, Connie and Maxine. I was called down to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania here a while back to entertain and go on a big TV show over in front of hundreds and thousands of people. And while I was sitting in the green room there waiting to go out on TV, the she-coon of all the woman livers in the United States walked in. And I knew that she was a female when she walked through the door by the way her dungarees fit her. And so I stood up and I said, by my chair, and I said, sit down. She said, you sit down. I said, no, I won't sit down, because if I did give a lady a chair, my ancestors would come up out of the grave and get me. She said, you sit down. I said, I ain't gonna do it. So to insult me, she sat down in the middle of the floor. Now I said, look, lady, I don't want to insult anybody. I've been a woman liver all my life. I believe that a lady should get the same wages as a man if she does a man's job. But she said, but I want you to know, who are you going to liberate? I'm going to touch the lives of every woman in this United States. I said, well, I'll tell you, lady, my mama and me have been married for 26 years. I've never ever had another date. She was my childhood sweetheart. Now my mama can get up when she wants to in the morning at 8 o'clock or whatever time. She can fix her own breakfast, or she can have a drop to it. Sometimes she has to get up to open the door to let the lady in what I got taken care of. And when she does get up, she can watch TV in 3 rooms, either sitting, laying, or propped up. And when she goes down to get her hair fixed or go grocery shopping, she drives a gold Lincoln Continental. Now I want to tell you, Miss Woman Liver, my mama don't want you messing with the deal she's already got.
Thank you, sir.